Citizens of Earth. Trust no one.
All right, so we've got a test chamber here for unreleased, not quite yet released, Citizens of Earth. We've got John Harden, PR manager from Atlus, and he's going to show it to us.
What's up, everyone?
So what I know about this game, which you can go ahead and start. I don't know if you want to do new game or continue.
We'll go ahead and continue.
Okay, cool.
We've got a good save saved up.
All right, so the thing I know about this game is you play as the vice president, and it's heavily inspired by EarthBound. Correct?
Yes, that is correct. And not only that, but it's also coming out for the PC, PS4, PS Vita, 3DS, and Nintendo Wii U.
Okay. You're good at listing consoles.
When I can remember them.
Do you know when? Do we have a kind of a window for this or a release date?
It's going to be October-ish.
Okay. Cool.
Nothing a little bit more concrete than that.
All right. And this is, so we're playing an early build of the game. This isn't the final version of the game.
Correct. This is still a alpha build of the game. There may be a couple glitches here and there. Hopefully not. Knock on wood. Knock, knock, knock. But yeah, the game has a lot of voice acting in it. A lot of very Earthbound-inspired RPG action. And a lot of humor. I really dig how funny this game is. Right now we're talking to... the conspiracy guy. One of the big things about Citizens of Earth is they wanted to make sure that everyone is realistic. You know, we're not using mana potions. We're using like coffee.
Donuts. I saw donuts earlier.
Yeah, we're not recruiting like ninja wizards. We're recruiting a conspiracy theory guy. So this guy, we start talking to him, and he thinks there's a little bit too much going on right here. So we're gonna drink his Kool-Aid, and he's gonna tell us to send us on a recruitment quest.
Okay.
One of the reasons Citizens of Earth is called Citizens of Earth is because there are a lot of citizens to actually recruit to your party. Right now we have, it looks like 4, but the vice president, being the master delegator that he is, doesn't actually fight. So he sends 3 of his compatriots into battle. There's 40 total citizens to recruit, and they all have their various difficulties for recruitment quests. Like, there's a school mascot we could recruit. There's a doctor. Sometimes they tell us, "Hey, come back later." That's the weather lady, I believe.
And they all have like weird special quests, right?
Yeah. So,
like earlier when you were showing us the game, we wanted to get this barista in our crew, and we had to fight something like this, like it was a coffee machine bean, and it gave us this special type of coffee that we could then use to convince the barista to join the crew.
Exactly. This right now we have a sentient coffee bean in our hands, and this is part of the, the conspiracy guys. Like, there's something in our coffee, and sure enough, there's freaking weird sentient coffee beans around. So if you notice this is the combat menu, again, very Earthbound inspired, and you'll see either this little up energy icon or the down energy icon, and that corresponds to gaining or using energy. And you actually see there's tabs to determine which power we're going to use.
Yeah, it's kind of different that way, because you're using like this scold attack, which is the mother, which is, that's funny because she's scolding and mothers tend to yell at their children.
Exactly.
You actually gain energy by using that attack, which you can use for a different attack. There's like a balance system, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah. But you'll notice on the right-hand side, our turn order, the mother's going last, so it won't help us to debuff, because it'll debuff and then wear off. So we're going to actually do some punishment and give this coffee bean a spanking. Your mother and your brother are the first 2 people in your party, and the baker can join you, fairly early in the game. We're still in the first chapter of Citizens of Earth.
Yeah, it's probably like in the first hour of the game, something like that.
Yeah, first hour or so. And let's see, baker goes second. I think these are weak. Yep, these are weak to thermal attacks. So the baker can torch something, a la a creme brulee. So we're gonna do a coffee creme brulee here. And if it lives to this, we're kind of a little over leveled for him.
There we go.
So yeah, we're gonna beat him good.
We did it. And one thing, which is, from that Earthbound inspiration, which I really appreciate, is that if you're super high level beyond the enemies, if you touch them, you don't have to enter battle and they're killed.
Correct.
Which is awesome. That was like one of my favorite things about EarthBound, is that after a certain point, you don't really need to enter the menus to start fighting people and gaining experience. It's just handy.
Yeah. Although for this one, because it's a quest, we do have to fight them still.
Sure. Yeah.
But most of the time, you're right. We can just kind of run right through. matrix. And again, like Earthbound, you'll see every enemy on the screen. So if you can like kind of snake your way by them, you can do it. So that's the journalist or photographer. She's another person we can recruit to our team.
And how there were like 30? You said? I think you just
40.
said that number. 40. Oh my gosh, it's too many.
No, wait, it's not enough. But again, what we were talking about earlier, a lot of the characters aren't like direct damage dealers. They all have a direct attack, but once you get later or when you're at a challenge to the same level you are, there's a lot of support consideration going on, like making sure that you have, like the brother has an ability to taunt and also add his defense, so he's kind of like your tank. The baker can heal and do damage, and you really have to work on finding the right balance for your party in terms of
Cook you to a crisp.
being able to tackle anything that comes your way. Obviously, because that thing's such a low level compared to where we're at right now, it's not a challenge, but
this is still early in the game. So one thing that I find especially interesting about this is this game did do a Kickstarter.
It did. It was on Kickstarter as a PC RPG with a couple console stretch goals. Did not quite make it.
Do you have something to report?
And what you were telling me is that Atlus was already talking to these guys. Was it Eden?
Eden Industries.
Eden Industries about maybe doing the game, and then when the Kickstarter didn't come through, that you guys stepped in and decided to publish it, right?
Yeah, we looked at the game, we saw the game's humor from some of the early builds they were working with, and we really liked it. It's an awesome, fun RPG. As a download title, we thought it was a great fit for all the consoles it's coming out for, so we worked out a deal with Eden, and we are publishing it for them.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because like Atlus does tons of RPGs, like RPGs almost exclusively to a certain degree, but this really doesn't look like other Atlus RPGs.
Yeah,
because is it an American developer or they're from?
It is. They're Canadian actually.
Okay.
Oh no. Are we a little? I think we're a little short.
Are you gonna put me in there?
Conspiracy Kyle.
Oh, thank you. That's what they call me around these parts.
I knew it.
So he's part of your team now.
He is. So
I'm part of your team now.
You are part of our team.
And currently in this build, you can switch out pretty much whenever your crew, right?
Yeah. Oh, you should be able to. Alpha build.
So you've got Conspiracy Guy in your party now, which you were just able to do on the fly. Pretty much,
yes.
Right? Okay. Cool. And here's that barista I was talking about earlier.
Yeah. So we're already on her recruitment quest, and she's requested a special blend. And we happen to have the key to this back room through, again, more debug magic. And take us to our first real dungeon, the Moonbucks dungeon. If I say another copyrighted popular coffee chain, please bleep that out. Do not mean it on purpose. But yes, Moonbucks, totally unrelated, completely different, at least as far as copyright law is concerned. So yeah, you'll see some of the enemies hanging out in the dungeon. There's little Java behemoth and its little coffee bean.
And you can sprint actually too, which is nice. Like
yeah, we can. I totally botched that.
And here are was it Cappuccino?
Yes, the Cappuccinos. So you'll notice because he caught us while we were running away, there's like a little red flash when we went into combat, and we've all lost one energy orb. So we're a little bit behind the curve right now. We need to build up our energy again.
Because usually what you can do is you can hit on PlayStation 4, you can hit the square button. It kind of like launches your 3 dudes at enemies.
Yeah.
And then you kind of get a leg up.
I was trying to sneak by him. I thought I could be clever. Didn't work.
You're working for that.
Oh no, Conspiracy Kyle, live! Don't die.
How'd that feel?
So yeah, when someone joins their party, they don't automatically level up, but they'll start off at level 1, but hopefully they'll gain a good amount of. Excuse me. Oh, sorry about that. Hopefully they'll gain a good amount of experience in a couple of battles, so they can catch up fairly quickly. We'll have the brother and the baker will actually Baker. Ooh, nope.
And the turn order that appears on the right, that changes turn to turn, right?
Yes, it does. It's very important to keep cognizant of that because you don't want your debuffs to happen at the end of your turn and your attacks to happen at the beginning of it. Else you'll waste a turn basically. And potentially get yourself in a lot of danger.
We did it.
We did do it. Huzzah. Get him.
Oh.
Nope.
Get him.
There we go. And
there we go. Oh, that guy must be a little stronger, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
If we're high enough level, we can just wipe them out in one and get the experience from it without having to go into battle. Very useful. So we're gonna pummel this dude. Torch him. Get him, Baker.
And so the guys over at Eden Industry, I mean, they're pretty open about their appreciation for EarthBound, right? I mean, they're not trying to pretend this isn't heavily inspired by EarthBound.
Yeah, it's, but at the same time, it's, they didn't go with the retro graphics because they wanted to bring their own special flair to the game. It's got a really great sense of humor. From the voices to the animations and drawings and everything. I love the little coffee hodl hands or whatever those are called. And I think it's just got a really fresh update on a type of RPG that we haven't seen in a really long time. And again, the fact that this is going to be on 2 handheld platforms and 2 current-gen platforms is quite awesome. I think you'll agree.
Sure. I don't know why I decided to be sarcastic.
Right. Here we go.
Oh, this guy has a weird name too, right? Doesn't he?
This is the Beanhemoth.
Beanhemoth.
The Java Beanhemoth.
A lot of puns in this game.
Lots of puns. Thanks, Jason. And the guys at Eden.
I wasn't sure who you were thanking. Jason?
Jason is our project lead and resident pun master.
Oh, there we go. Okay. We have a pun master here, Game Informer, Mr. Tim Turry. We met earlier.
We should never let him and Jason in the same room together. Bad things might happen.
They'll just have a back and forth conversation. They won't even speak real words.
No,
it'll puns.
Nothing but puns. Nothing but puns and eye rolls. So
here's some new enemies.
Oop, you know what? I just realized something, that we're probably pretty low on health, especially Conspiracy Kyle not towing his into the rope. So we'll heal this up. And again, like I was saying, we don't have things like mana potions and health potions. You get your cappuccinos and your donuts.
And your dirty socks,
of course. Your dirty socks. Dirty socks, of course, are weapons, naturally.
Yeah. I don't think you even need to explain that.
Frankly. No. But another thing to consider is not every character can use items. So, like I was saying earlier, there's a lot of support consideration because you need to make sure that you have your party. You have to have all your bases covered. But at the same time, you're not going to do enough damage if you don't have like someone there to debuff and make sure that the enemies are being handled properly. Okay.
So this fight earlier, you handed me the controller and I just ripped through him and killed him, and you let me know that that was incorrect.
Yeah, we were a little bit over leveled for that through, again, the power of debug magic. So this guy is actually special. 1, he's an enemy that we can talk to. 2, he actually holds the key to one of the special items. We're on the barista has tasked us with the quest of finding a special blend. And this guy, if we hold out for long enough, will actually force sell us the special blend. So if we go a few rounds with him, you'll see a little status thing where it's like, sell.
So was there a hint for that earlier? The barista said to like keep an eye out for this guy, or like how do you know that he has? It's because you spoke to him in the dialogue. He mentions it.
I don't think it's that direct. It's sometimes stuff is very obvious, sometimes stuff is not so obvious. And,
okay.
If you get in a fight with him and you don't get the special blend, he doesn't go away. You can still fight him. So that's where it's like, okay, something's up with this guy.
Okay.
And eventually he should cough it up.
So in that way, like the sort of cast that you can get to join your team, like you can miss some of those guys because some of the stuff is probably going to be pretty tricky, I guess, right?
Yeah,
some of
exactly.
The rarer ones.
Yeah, let's see. Let's keep an eye on that status text. So we're gonna rapid fire, get an AoE attack.
Decapitator. It's pretty funny.
Oh no. So let's see. We will do a static attack and see if that helps us out. Brother will provoke him to try and get his tank on, and the baker is gonna heal himself. Needs to be a guy that large needs to be jolly all the time.
And the brother, to be clear, is the vice president's brother.
Yes,
right?
he is the vice president's first brother.
He's like one of the first people you'd probably get in your team, right?
Ah, there you go. Decapitator dispenses a special blend and forces you to buy it. Baker purchases a special blend for $50.
It's pretty funny that you're basically forced to buy this item in the middle of battle.
Exactly. So let's see. We can kick this thing's butt now. Torch it. Yes. Burn, baby, burn. Haha. And gone.
We did it.
Good job, Baker.
Oh gosh, you just level up? I leveled up. I did it.
Conspiracy Kyle leveled up.
Oh man, I'm so good.
And you'll notice he has bonus stats to his health and his special attack because he has the brother and the baker in the party. These all, different people in your party can influence what you gain. So again, that's more consideration to have in your party. If someone's lacking in health, you want to swap in the brother real quick before they get their level so they get extra health.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, I think that's a pretty good look at the game, John. I appreciate you taking us through
absolutely.
here.
I'm really excited for people to get their hands on this when it comes out this October-ish.
Yeah, it certainly looks different.
It does. It's a really fresh looking RPG, and I think the humor, being able to collect all these characters, is really going to resonate with people. So again, I hope you guys enjoy it when it's out and available.
Cool. Thanks, John.
All right, take care.